Here's the cool question for you. Which of the following movement sequences will return a shape to its original orientation? Did you get to the right answer? Reflecting a shape twice over the same line cancels the transformation. In fact, it's the only option that's put the shape right back where it began, perfectly aligned. The correct answer here is choice B, reflect twice over the same line. Think fast. Can you spot the pattern hiding in plain sight? Here's your challenge. What comes next in the sequence? 2, 4, 8, 16. Take a moment. What's the rule here? This one is all about doubling. Each number multiplies by 2 to get to the next. 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16. So 16 times 2, that gives us 32, and the correct answer here is choice B. Your task depends on someone else's input, but they're behind. What should you do first? Well, the deadlines are tight, but your teammate hasn't sent what you need. Should you push ahead alone? Wait it out? Escalate the issue? Let's think like a leader. Finishing your part without them risks errors. Waiting wastes time, and complaining, not a great first step. The smart move: follow up politely and ask for a timeline. It keeps things respectful and gets progress back on track. So the correct answer here is choice C. You notice your manager treats a coworker unfairly. What's your wisest action? Now, pause for a moment. This is a delicate situation. Do you confront the manager in public? Keep it to yourself? Spread the word? Each option carries weight. But what leads to the best outcome? Let's think strategically. Calling out your manager may escalate the conflict. Telling others can quickly turn into the gossip. And doing nothing, that sends the wrong message. The wisest move? Support your coworker privately and guide them toward HR. This encourages fairness, preserves professionalism, and avoids unnecessary confrontation. The correct answer here is choice B. The price tag drops from $30 down to $24. How big is the discount? Let's break it down. That's a $6 drop. Now divide the drop by the original price. 6 divided by 30 equals 0.2. Multiply by 100 to get percentage. 0.2 by 100 equals 20%. And the correct answer here is choice D, 20%. The teammate is visibly upset, but they say they're fine. What is your best way to respond? You notice something's off, but they're saying, I'm fine. Do you push them? Tell the team? Say nothing at all? This is where the emotional intelligence shines. Pushing too hard can feel invasive. Public announcement? Embarrassing. Doing nothing? Cold. The best response? Quiet empathy. I think the correct answer here is choice B. That shows care and maturity. Exactly what great teammates do. You're looking at the flat shapes that could become something 3D. Only one of these blueprints can be folded into a classic pyramid. Can you spot it? Focus on the base shape and the triangles. Which layout would let you fold 4 triangles upward around the square? If you have selected option A, you nailed it. Why? This is the perfect square in the center and the triangle on each side. Just what's needed to fold a proper pyramid. You're offered a leadership role, but you doubt your readiness. What should you do? Now, you've got 4 options. Do you turn it down right away? Push it off? Pass it to someone else? Or do you lean into the challenge and seek out a mentor who's been there before? Leadership isn't about knowing everything. It's about willing to grow, especially with support. The correct answer here is choice B, accept and seek mentorship. One car goes 62 miles in 2 hours, the other 93 in 3 hours. Who is the speed king? Let's do the math. First car, 62 divided by 2 equals 31 miles per hour. Second car, 93 divided by 3 equals again 31 miles per hour. Same speed, different distance. And the correct answer here is choice C. Both travel at the same speed. A train travels 149 miles in 3 hours and 20 minutes. What is the average speed in miles per hour? A. 44, B. 45, C. 46, or D. 50 miles per hour? To find the average speed, divide the total distance, 149 miles, by the total time in hours. 3 plus 20 divided by 60 equals 333 hours, giving approximately 44.7 miles per hour. The correct answer here is choice B, 45 miles per hour. Here's a quick puzzle built on basic fractions, but don't let its simplicity fool you. You're looking at 4 pie charts. Each one is divided into equal parts, and each has some sections shaded in. The question is, which one shows the fraction 5/8? Here's what you can do to solve it correctly. Take a close look. Count the total slices. Then count how many are shaded. Which circle shows exactly 5 out of 8 parts? If you have selected option A, well done. Let's break it down. The circle has 8 equal parts. 5 of them are shaded. That's exactly what 5/8 means. Simple, clean, and precise. Patterns are everywhere, from nature to numbers. Let's test your eye for details. You're given a sequence of shapes. Each has a mix of vertical and horizontal lines. Can you identify what comes next in this evolving pattern? Look closely. What's increasing? What's decreasing? Think logically. What would the next step look like? If you have picked option D, you nailed it. Here's why. With each step, vertical lines increase by 1, while horizontal lines decrease by 1. That makes D the perfect continuation of the sequence. Some questions are all about spotting what doesn't belong, and this one is a shapeshifter. You're looking at 4 shapes. Each one contains a smaller shape inside a border, but only one of them breaks the pattern. Can you figure out which one shape is the odd one out? What are the most important elements that help us detect the pattern? I would say how many shapes and what stands out. Unlike the other choices, which are all 4-sided figures, the choice D features a triangle with only 3 sides, which makes it the odd one out, which means that the correct answer here is option D. Here's a quick question to sharpen your analytical abilities. You're presented with series of matrices. Matrices 1, 2, and 3 have different shapes inside. Your goal is to determine which shape comes next, and you need to select your answer out of 4 possible choices. Choices A, B, C, and D. With this question, you need to think fast. Just like an actual test, your goal is to comprehend and decide before timer is up. Once you're ready, we'll reconnect on the other side and review it together. Let's go ahead and get started. Time's up. I hope you're prepared, because while the answer is simple, it's not immediately obvious. Let's work through the solution step by step. There are 3 important patterns in this sequence, and each pattern resides in a column of the matrix. Let's start with the first, leftmost column. In the first object, we see a square in the upper left corner. In the second matrix, we don't see anything, and in the third one, we again see the same square, which means that the pattern of the first column is that the dark square alternates and appears in every other shape. Let's switch our focus to the second column. In the first object, we see a triangle, then we see square, and then in the third object, we see a pentagon. What's interesting about this pattern is that the shapes move from the middle row to the upper row and then back to the middle row. On top of that, number of sides in each shape increases. Triangle has 3 sides, square has 4 sides, and pentagon has 5 sides. Can you guess the number of sides in the missing object? I think you guessed it right. Number should be 6. But it doesn't help us much because all choices A, B, C, and D all have hexagons. So unfortunately, we need to continue and uncover the third magic pattern. Let's look closely at the column 3, the rightmost column. What's interesting, we see the donut always stays in the third column and then moves from the middle row to the bottom row and then back to the middle row. Let's go back to the original question and construct the missing object. Based on what we've learned, the missing object should have no shapes in the column 1, it should have a hexagon in the top row in column 2, and then it should have a donut in the bottom right corner. Which means that the correct answer here is choice D. Are you ready for more? Try this question to see how you would do. You're presented with a series of 3x3 matrices. 3 matrix objects are present and the fourth one in the series is missing. You need to select the missing object out of 4 possible choices. Choices A, B, C, and D. Once you've determined your answer, post it in comments and I'll share my feedback. Enjoy solving the school problem. In this question, you need to help CEO of the medium-sized company to decide on the budget planning. The total company's monthly budget currently stands at $430,000. To align with $400,000 limit, the company must reduce the budget of 3 departments by 10%. Which 3 departments should be chosen to meet the reduction target? Choice A, marketing, IT, and sales. Choice B, marketing, operations, and HR. Choice C, IT, operations, and sales. And choice D, marketing, IT, and HR. And just like an actual test, I am setting a timer for you to solve on the clock. Let's get started. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? I hope so, because the solution here is very clear and straightforward. We will solve this challenge in 3 simple steps. To meet the $30,000 reduction target, we need to consider the following. Number 1, we need to identify the departments with the highest budgets. To do it, we need to calculate 10% reduction of each budget, and then we would need to verify that reductions reach the target goal. To do it, let's look at the original chart and identify the original budgets for all 5 departments. HR has a budget of $60,000. Sales has a budget of $80,000. Operations has a budget of $70,000. IT $100,000. And marketing department has a budget of $120,000. Now let's calculate 10% reduction for each budget. 10% reduction for HR budget would be $6,000. For sales budget, $8,000. For operations budget would be $7,000. For IT, $10,000. And for marketing, $12,000. Now let's look at the original question. We have an initial budget of $430,000. We need to align it with the goal of $400,000, which means we need to reduce the budget by $30,000. Now let's look at the possible 10% reduction numbers. Which numbers do you think we need to combine to get to the $30,000 or more reduction target? I think you got it. We need to focus on the highest reduction targets. $12,000 plus $10,000 plus $8,000 equals $30,000. Do you have any other possible combination you might see that will help us still meet the goal, maybe not to that highest possible number? Here's the hint. Take a look at the operations budget. And if you figure it out, make sure to post it in comments. But this new combination is more than anything just for you to note, since this is not one of the valid choices. And the only valid choice for the correct answer is choice A, marketing, IT, and sales. Are you ready for more? Try this question to see how you would do. A warehouse manager is tasked with reducing storage costs by optimizing inventory levels. The total cost is $480,000, exceeding the allowed budget of $438,000. To meet the budget, the manager must reduce inventory costs for 2 categories by 15%. Which 2 categories should the manager choose to achieve this goal? And you have 4 possible answers to choose from. Choice A, electronics and furniture. Choice B, furniture and clothing. Choice C, electronics and clothing. And last but not least, choice D, furniture and toys. Once you're confident in your answer, share it in comments and I'll provide my feedback. Best of luck with this exciting challenge. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you for helping us to become one of the largest YouTube channels to help people become smarter, increase your IQ, and to pass any test. If the content of this video was helpful, please make sure to click the like button to help YouTube algorithm promote this video and help other people to find it faster. Giving us a like is also a way for you to tell us that you need more content like this, and when you tell us, we will deliver it for you in the future. For links to free and premium resources, please check the description and comments of this video. You can also go directly to our website, howtoanalyzedata.net, to download the materials related to this topic. I really appreciate your endorsement, support, and patronage of this channel. And thank you for considering to become a member and considering to subscribe. Please leave feedback, suggestions, or corrections in comments. And all the best on your journey. I'll see you in my next video.